Hey guys, Leona here with Empowering Wellness, and I'm so excited to continue my interview series. I'm a little disheveled. I had an amazing massage today with Cortland Smith of White Wolf Holistics. If you have not met him yet, make sure that you have a chance to meet him. I am slowly starting back into my practice, just one client a day, until my body can actually get back into it. So he's helping me get my body ready so that I can be ready for you guys. So no hair and makeup done today. It is pulled back after a fantastic massage. I quickly ate dinner, and I'm so excited to be in my third week of the third time of my 6 weeks interview series with Alana tonight. And we're going to be learning beyond the bio of her. So first of all, ALANA RU-BA-SH-EV-SKY, she told me how to say it. It's also in the comments of today. I did my best. I'm so sorry. Is a powerhouse of transformation with over 2 decades worth of experience. She has trained with the top mindset experts, has more than a dozen certification, a published author, unmatched level of expertise to the world of mindset. She is an expert who takes her clients from stuck, overwhelmed, and uncertain to unshakable confidence, clarity, and momentum, helping them unlock their fullest potential with ease, sustainability, and in a fraction of the time. Her goal is to help increase positivity in the world by helping 100,000 people step into their greatness in 2025. I'm so excited to be having her tonight joining us live so that we can learn a little bit about her beyond the bio. So we're going to talk about what she's passionate about, what her passion projects are. If you have not been part of my interview series, make sure, and you're not part of my high vibe tribe, make sure that you have gone to Empowering. It's all about you empowering your health and wellness. And I'm so excited to be interviewing amazing other healers, practitioners, and life coaches. We have met just like some of my other practitioners with the Genius Unlocked coaching program that we went through. And I'm just so excited to be having more people coming on talking about their genius and what they're doing in the world. So got my selenite earrings on, my Dear Universe shirt from Picasso Jasper. So excited. It says, Dear Universe, thank you with all of my heart for all the abundance in my life. So the abundance I've been receiving lately is all the love and support from you. Also with all the love and support that I've been getting from the new community of Genius Unlocked. And Alana happens to be one of those amazing people. I see that it's trying to add her on. She should be here any minute. And there she is. Yay. So just bring your camera back like a lot so that way you can be all in frame. And can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Yes!
Amazing.
Let's
all put our hands together. Congratulations. First Facebook Live. She is here. She has done it. We are so excited. We are winning. Hashtag winning. All right, people. If you are watching the live, make sure you put hashtag live. If you are watching the replay, put hashtag replay. And if you are loving this, heart, 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 and comment with any questions that you have. And we'll be putting all of her contact information in the comments so that you can reach out personally with any questions. So I am just so excited that you made it here. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Me too.
So tell us, in this wild world that we're living in, let's learn about beyond the bio. So how did you get to where you are now as a healer and life coach and working with all the things that you're doing? What got you started? What got you inspired on this amazing journey?
Ooh, well, amazing journey started when I was a kid. 8 years old. I've had chronic migraines since I was 8, and then I've had developed more things like lactose intolerance, and then other issues in my tissues, and who knows what they were from. We don't know. However, after going to all these doctors and not being able to heal the migraines, my neurologist at the time that I was about early 20s was like, you know what, we need to do Botox. I'm like, you're gonna put poison in my face at age 20 something? No, not doing it. He said, oh, just around the perimeter of your head. I'm like, no. So, because all the pills were not working. Yes. So I was like, okay, how do I heal all of this stuff? And of course, later on, life just kept throwing more gunk and more terrifying things towards me. And after having an alphabet soup worth of diagnoses in my body, I was like, something has to change. And so after a gallbladder removal, emergency one, and a few other things, after I've tried to do holistically, which did not work, I was like, okay, I stumbled on, started with Hay House Radio to saying like, right at this moment, you are physically safe. And it's like, because before, back in the days, there were either tigers or lions or wild animals chasing us. Not anymore. Right now, the only thing that's chasing us are the things we put in our minds, right? And so my journey began. Alphabet soup worth of stuff has been cleared for the most part. Almost everything, actually. Migraines since I was 8 have been gone and do not come back. Oh my gosh, for like 5 years now. Yes, amazing. And so and all I did was change my thinking, change from fight or flight mode all the time, even though the fight or flight mode reasons are still there. The stress is still there. Everything is still there. But the way I respond to it is no longer there.
Yay! So. Yay for the learnings. Yay for the new coping mechanisms. Yay for the tools and the modalities and the healings, because we can all experience a better existence, right? We all deserve to be worthy and deserving of living our best life, whatever that looks like and feels like for you, and know that you can get there. And there are tools out there and people out there that can get you there. So if you are feeling that alphabet soup and nothing's working through and you're sitting in what I call your shit stew, you got to ladle yourself out and you got to ask for help. The first start on anything is asking for help, right? Like you got to start somewhere. So figure it out, have the awareness that something's not quite right, and then ask for help. So that's amazing. So you did that. You asked for help. You started that process and the healing began. That is so amazing. So tell me, what are the things right now that are really lighting you up? What are you passionate about right now?
Ooh, Things I'm passionate about right now is spreading the joy and the peace and the positivity in the world. And like 2025, I'm like, I definitely want to step into and help others step into their divine feminine and just kind of embody that and just love their life as is. And just have an amazing, amazing year ahead of them. So
I love that. I just posted today about, like, we just had this massive full moon. Mercury finally went into great. It is the perfect time to start thinking about setting your intentions and finding your word. And I think that it's so important for 2025 for people to start setting that intention now on finding the word. And for me, with my healing journey, with all of the surgeries that I had and undergoing all the things that I have going on right now, I felt that my word for me this year coming up for 2025 is strength. Strength in all levels, strength in the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, really strengthen and fortifying myself so that I can then be able to give back to others fully. Have you thought of your word for the new year?
Surrender. I don't do tattoos, but I surrender. So strength, it's like I want to surrender to be still, more stillness, more positive, like more just appreciating what I already have and appreciating life, as opposed to chasing the next thing and chasing the next thing. And it's like, oh, well, I'll be happy when, or I'll do this when, or I'll take a pause after I get this done. And this done never stops. And so we're in this like momentum and stuff, or we're just in this twisting the wheels and not getting anywhere. And so my word is surrender.
I love that. I love that you have a bracelet as a constant reminder, creating vision boards with yourself in it, creating little reminders, having the word written where, like, having it where you're actually seeing it on a more conscious level will help that unconscious mind go, oh yeah, that's what we're working on. That's what we're having. Those are the lessons that we're wanting this year. So that is such an amazing reminder. That's so awesome. So when you're not helping spread all the love and the joy and positivity and helping heal the world like I'm trying to do, right? We're all trying to raise the vibration and heal the collective. What do you like to do in your free time? What are some of the fun hobbies that you enjoy doing?
Well, one of them, I love to dance. Yay! You and I have that in common. I absolutely love kind of taking time out away from electronics and going like to hot springs and traveling. So just kind of detoxing, it just kind of resets me back into the whole alignment and just kind of like the Zen mood of, because otherwise it's like doom scrolling. Have you ever done doom scrolling, right? Like you're sitting there and you're just like, whether it's on apps or social media or whatever, you're just kind of scrolling and then you're like, oh, I don't know where the time went. I just went on my phone to send a text message and I sat here. I don't really do social media because, well, here we go. I was having a hard time first Facebook Live. So I'm
Yay!
like, how do I do this? Right? So, and
Yeah,
I still find.
I find myself that I'm actually pretty disciplined. I set myself a time and I'm like, okay, I have to post this, this, and this and get it done, and then I get off. So I am fortunate that this doesn't really attract that for me. I have a couple people that I follow that I do like my little check-ins, and then I get off because like I don't even own cable because of it. Like I don't input the negative energy into my system, but I've learned how to reach people because like you're all the way in California, I'm in Florida. We met through Genius Unlocked online. If it wasn't for our electronics, we would have never been able to make this amazing community and friendship and have this connection. So I've learned how to use it as a tool, not necessarily doing the this. So yes, I agree. As everybody knows, you know, I slipped and fell out dancing. I love to dance as well. Getting outside, traveling. Obviously, I've been to 107 countries. Like travel is my thing. That is definitely, we have something in common. And hot springs is definitely on my like top things to do as well. Have you ever been to them in Colorado? There's a really amazing hot spring center in Colorado.
I will have to check it out. I have not yet.
And it's literally in like Colorado Springs. Like there's a lot of springs, but there's like the specific spa area that has these hot springs that are amazing. And Japan is on my list, and it's because they have amazing natural hot springs as well there. So
Let's plan
we'll
it.
have to do a hot spring retreat and plan a trip or something.
Let's absolutely plan it. That's like my retreat location. Hot Springs is my retreat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Love that. So what else do you like to do in the wild world that we're living in these days?
I like to connect with people, and I actually like to be present, and family is important to me. So I enjoy spending time with my whole family. I enjoy spending time with my daughter, especially. She's amazing. She's 12, so
That is so awesome. So how does your family dynamic play in with your world, with your healing, with your coaching? You know, I know we've had some conversations, and I love the fact that like some of the tools that you're learning, you're starting to now kind of teach and instill and show her examples of it. And I just love hearing about how like the family dynamics and what you're doing in the world have all intertwined and played together.
well, so the amazing part, I was just volunteering at, she had a few performances from Thursday until Sunday. She had 5 performances, right? So yes,
Because she
exactly.
also dances, right?
She dances, she does theater, so she had all of that. And so at one of the performances, because at her school, they have kids doing the lighting and the microphones and all the sound and all that stuff. They have this like big thing of like dials and way above my pay grade. So
The whole switchboard, the soundboard and everything, right?
that one. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's a very good performance, because here's the thing, like it was very well done. I was very impressed. That's why I took her to this school. But anyway, so backstage, everything, like things went wrong. Like kids forgot forgot a whole scene, which is a big chunk. And the power went out. And so, and the teacher is like, oh my goodness. She's like freaking out. And my daughter comes up to her and she's like, okay, follow me, breathe, take a deep breath in. And it was so impactful on the teacher that afterwards at the end, she's thanking all of these people, and she's like, hey, you know, calls out to my daughter and she's like, hey, stand up. Oh my God, thanks to this kid who just reminded me I need to breathe. So yes, sitting in this, you know, change the soup, change the stew that you're sitting in, right? As you were saying, you know, you're in this like the shit stew, you know, get out of the shit stew, get into a better stew. And it's like, oh, okay.
I love that it took the 12-year-old to be like, teacher, remember your breath is your superpower. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. Like my mom has taught me this. If you just breathe, then you're gonna get to the next level. It's okay.
Exactly. And it's like, and it was super helpful because yeah, it was stressful, and it's like I'm standing there backstage. Well, not backstage. I'm like, okay, I run backstage. I'm like, what do you need? She's like, yeah.
That's
So
amazing. So that's so cool how you've been able to instill and teach, and that, you get to share that. And I think that that's such a huge thing with kids these days. I mean, there obviously are a lot of room for growth for kids these days. And I think that mental health and having some coping mechanisms and skills and tools to remember to breathe, feel your emotions, like let's see what the next best step is to do, would be so helpful for more, people to be able to teach and share and have an experience in this world. And one of my dear friends, she actually wrote a book that said, meditation is your superpower. And it was a little kid's book of this boy that was based off of her son, their dog, and everything. And it was such a cute children's book. And I really do think it's like meditation is my superpower. You can look it up, and it teaches kids to like breathe and pause and meditate, and that becomes their superpower, and they become like a superhero. And it's like this kid in this cape, and he's a superhero. And I think that that's such an amazing message, because I always say like our breath is our superpower. It's called the breath of life for a reason. Like it sustains our life, and when we just pause and breathe, and it gives us that clarity and that time and that pause. And most people don't even know that it only just takes 2 minutes of deep breathing to completely change your state and regulate your nervous system. So it's not like we have to do this for hours and hours on day. I mean, obviously we breathe hours and hours on day. We would not be here if we weren't. But just intentional 2 minutes can help reset and reset your whole entire nervous system. So how amazing that you've instilled that in your daughter. And then she got to remind her teacher of that in a very stressful, chaotic performance. So
yeah.
amazing. Good job, Mom.
And I'd also like to add that it's like, I mean, we also do very shallow breaths, and we're keeping it up in our chest. And so if we just kind of take it doesn't, I mean, sometimes people are like, well, 2 minutes. It's like, yeah, it takes the amount of time to go to the bathroom, it's nothing. However, if that's exhausting, you're breathing anyway, might as well just be like, I'm going to take a breath right now and breathe into your stomach, not make it shallow, and be conscious about it. That's a good step forward to reaching those 2 minutes. Because sometimes it's like, well, no, I can't sit still for 2 minutes. I've been there, done that. So
yeah,
that's
and you
why
don't even have to be still. All you have to do is breathe. And if it helps to quiet the mind monkey, what I call it, is you count it out loud, and it gives you something to focus on, and that can even help. So it's about four box breathing or life breaths to get you to the 2 minutes. So really, when you think about it like that, it's like super easy.
Absolutely.
Amazing. I love that. So, my dear, what are some of your passion projects that you're working on right now? Do you have any coaching projects or packages or offerings that you want to be able to tell the collective tonight? What are some of your passion projects?
So one of my passion projects, as I kind of mentioned, it's helping women kind of get more in tune with their divine feminine, and that's going to be a 30-day challenge. And then another one is planning your best year, and having that kind of be a plan your best year, kind of like you plan it, and then you're like, okay, so we're going to instill that, we're going to plug it in, and then you'll just like as we talked about the vision boards, right? Just having that go all the way throughout. So yeah, and I have the invitation for that on my website too, which will put
Amazing.
the chat below.
Perfect. So the link below. So when you help people then plan the future, are you going to do what we learned in Genius Unlocked by installing the goal in the future for them with their unconscious mind in order for them to be able to truly tap into it, and then reminding them daily, getting into those paths in order to be able to see it? Because that was one of my like favorite tools that we learned through our program.
So we're going to instill it together. We're going to come up with it, draft it, create it, and then we're going to instill it. The daily reminders, that's going to be, if they want to work with me in the future, that's going to be more of a structure plan. The 30-day challenge is going to be a little bit separate from that, and that's going to be more of the kind of getting in touch with your feminine juiciness.
Yay, I love it. Yeah, we both, when we met each other, we're like, it's like this goddess divine energy like pull that we had towards each other. And we're like, yes, we were like goddess queens together. Like, yes, like let's take a hold of our queendom and like come together and empower other goddesses, because it's true, we do have this amazing divine feminine energy, and if we can really tap into that, that is its own superpower in itself for sure. So I love that you're going to be guiding women through that. That's so amazing. So if you were to tell people that are listening right now, whether they're Facebook Live or one of the other platforms, YouTube things in the future, what are the ideal clients that you're wanting to serve? Who are the people that you truly like lights you up, that you know that you want to work with? Like, I've been really helping people focus on who they're wanting to really make the biggest impact with. And for me, I really believe in what's called the ripple effect. So when I help people, then it helps others, and that ripple effect gets bigger and bigger, and we raise our vibration, the consciousness, and the collective, and we literally can heal the world, just one person, one event, one retreat at a time. And so I've thought that like I really want my like honed in like niche of people is working with other coaches and healers, because I feel like if I'm working with them, then that ripple effect for me will be even more. I know that some of my coaching friends and healers love working with just women or men or couples or people in transition. You know, people want to work with like if they've just gotten divorced and what their next steps are. You know, for someone who's never been married and has no kids, like that's not really my ideal clientele. So who lights you up? Like, who do you want to serve out in the world for today?
Well, for today, who I want to serve are women who are feeling like they're so in their cycle of like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, but they know that there's more. They know, and they just don't have the bandwidth to slow down, but they really want to, and they don't know how, and they're just like, oh, well, my monkey brain, or I have to, I have to keep going because I have all of this stuff that I'm carrying on my shoulders, and I have no time, and I'm not, I will take time for me later. For me, I'll do it later. I'm not worthy enough to put myself first. But here's the thing. If we slow down and put ourselves first, we can serve others so much more powerfully. It's incredible.
Yes, I love that. Teaching people how to take the weight of the world off, focus on themselves, refill within, so they can pour out even more so and more effectively and efficiently to those around them that they're wanting to pour into. I love that.
100%.
Amazing. Amazing. So, as people know, one of my favorite passion projects that I'm always working on are either virtual or in-person events and retreats. And I am just like so excited because I've had to put all my stuff on pause. But next year in the fall, I'm hoping for Rincon, Puerto Rico for my first retreat back in the world. And then the following summer is going to be my super big one, which is going to be on a private yacht, 30-passenger yacht around the Croatian islands, where it'll be the most transformational destination wellness retreat on a high-end luxury end. Like, I've been on retreats from like to the jungles and in tents and under cambos to like little tambos into, beautiful hotels, places in Peru to Bali. And for whatever reason, like Croatia is really speaking to my heart. I always feel like it's the best of Italy and like Greece together with like the Mediterranean food and cuisine, but there's some history. And it's been my ideal trip. And I thought, well, I'm going to put my passion and love into something that I can't wait to do even more so. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But like, have you ever been on a retreat yourself, or what do you think about the benefits of going on a retreat are for people?
Have I been on a retreat myself? I've not been to an organized retreat, but for the ones you mentioned, sign me up. I'm down. I am a fan. I've not been to a retreat per se. I've been wanting to go. It's been on my bucket list. I do have immersion events where it's like where I'm spending about 20 hours a day for multiple days, a week or more, kind of immersing myself in something that's like run. However, it's not technically a retreat. So it's just, you go there, you do everything that they're supposed to do, and then you kind of go sleep for the 3 hours, 4 hours that you have, and then come back. So in my opinion, retreats are amazing because you're there, you're immersing yourself, and you've got this kind of inclusive environment, and you're surrounded by other people who have this similar kind of, who are there to support you, who are there to love on you, who are there to just see the shit stew you've been in, because they've also been through a similar shit stew and come out of it and have that opportunity to just be transformed and go deeper, and just whatever the focus is of the retreat, you're going to get that vision. You're going to get all of that. And it's going to be wonderful and amazing. And I absolutely am looking for great retreats to go on. So yours is definitely at the top of my list, because I know how amazing you are. I've spent like months and months and months and months and long hours with you on like virtual retreats, because you're so far. And it was amazing. And I would love to go on your retreats, because I know that how wonderful they would be, because I know the quality of you. So
I love that. And I feel, because I also have that like goddess vibe feel, that I think we could in the future, with some of these women going through your goddess program, that we could create an in-person retreat where there's dance and yoga and ecstatic dance and play and sound healing and all the things to embody all the love and the divine feminine. So I can definitely see that for us in the future. And I agree, the witnessing of the healing of someone else is so powerful, and being in that sacred container where you're held in that space, and that you get to be safe with other people that are in that like-minded same energy and vibration, and witnessing and seeing each other is probably some of my favorite parts about being in retreats. Because I mean, I've been in lots of treats, I've learned a lot of what not to do and some of the things to do in retreats, but some of my favorite part of the retreats is truly like the witnessing of, and that sacred space and container of it, and being in it. And I can definitely feel like a future goddess like energy sort of like vibe feel, that we could do like moon bathing and then hot springs bathing and ecstatic dance and sound bathing, and we could just bathe ourselves in all the ooey gooey goodness.
absolutely, 100%. And at retreats, you're also eating and nurturing your body with the proper foods that, you know, that are supposed to go there. And you're also nurturing your soul and the air you're breathing. It's completely different, because you're like, for example, the Croatian islands, you know, it's not coming and taking a walk where the cars are zooming by, whoosh, whoosh, you know, on your
Especially in California where you are, right? Like,
exactly.
yeah, let's get you out of the smog and some Mediterranean air and fresh air for sure, girl. For
Careful,
sure.
I might get high off the oxygen.
Yeah, exactly. Which would not be a bad thing at all. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, it's so important to immerse ourselves out of it, because also you think about, you know, when you're immersed in this environment, like you can't get, like what you said, when you do like day trips and day events, they're great, but then you still have to go back home, and home and life is still happening. When you're on your retreat, there's day after day of you just being in that sacred space, which really helps to be able to like create that true transformation, right? That's why like it's amazing to do a one-off event or something with someone, but if you can coach them one-on-one for longer, right, you're getting that deeper time and the connection. It makes for a much deeper impact with it for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell me, one of my other questions is, why do you think it's so important when we tell people about an event or a retreat or a class that's coming up, and we tell them, like, here's the save the date? What do you think is so important about them actually taking that time and saving the date for them?
Because if you put the date, as Tony Robbins likes to say, if you put the date in your calendar, then it's done, right? You block off the time. What we especially women do, it's like we don't prioritize ourselves. Yes, I want to do it. Oh, but this thing came up, and my child's, you know, event is happening, or a soccer game, or whatever it is. I guess I have to skip this thing that I've been looking forward to and wanting. And we even move them on our calendar as well, because we're trying to accommodate everybody. However, what I've started doing is, hey, I need you guys to make sure, you know, cushion this time. I'm not available. Here's my calendar, you know, prioritizing me so I can show up better for you. And so that's kind of a way to, it's realistically spinning it, because if I have more life in me, if I have more energy and more vitality, the people around me feel it.
Yeah,
And they're
100%.
experiencing it, and then they mirror it, right? They know, they are like, oh yeah, mom was breathing, and so now I can actually go and tell my teacher to breathe, because I've seen going too. You know, and so child has seen this. It's like you can tell them up all day long and they won't do anything because, you know, kids don't, you know, they don't do what you say, they do what you do.
See,
And
yeah.
so, so yeah.
Responding and the doing. I love that. Yeah. So it's like that sacred yes, it's the commitment for you. Like how you commit yourself as a mom to all these other activities or events. It's actually taking that time to commit to yourself so that that commitment and that sacred yes holds weight. And then, like you said, when you get a chance to pour into you, then you can pour into the others. So when does your next event start? What would be a save the date that the audience needs to hear about?
Given I'm on this phone that I've just installed Facebook on, it's the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Perfect.
So it will be, you know, if they go on to www.liveyourbestlife.coach/best, they can sign up there and the information will be on there after they sign up. So, and it's going to be a complimentary one because, you know, for the listeners on this app thing, Facebook Live, right? Not app. I apologize. My first.
That's all right. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook. We're going to have the link. So wherever you're listening from this, you're going to have an opportunity to be able to follow that planning and the schedules and the offers. We'll put it into the comments. And once we get the YouTube video link for you from my Empowering Wellness, then you'll be able to share it onto your platform so that everybody can hear about your amazing offerings. So yes, it's very exciting. Some of my save the dates that are coming up is 111, so 111, the angel numbers. If you're a local here to Jacksonville, Florida, I'm only taking 6 sacred, beautiful humans and bringing them into my space to do a sacred cacao ceremony where we're going to be drinking cacao, doing a heart opening, doing some sound healing, energy work, breath work, really setting our heart-centered intentions for the New Year's. And it'll be my first little mini, you know, retreat, New Year, New You event on 111. And then I'll be starting my inner child healing through the power of play on 115. On January 15th will be my next masterclass for 4 weeks. Super excited for that. And following it up in February on 222, again, 222, angel numbers, February 22nd, will be my Galentine's Day slumber party event where we will have that beautiful inner child healing and space and that kind of goddess energy. Again, if you're local here in Florida, it's going to be in the Daytona area with one of my other shaman goddess friends. So super excited about hosting those, finally some in-person stuff and virtual as well. So I love that we're going to be able to help people in the new year truly have experiences, have coaching, have direction. Like now is the time and the time is now, people are right. Literally, we just had the last full moon of this year. Retrograde is no longer, Mercury is now direct. It's like the best time to hone in astrologically for the intentions of actually going forward and getting what you want. Get the intentions out there, like making it happen. Like now is the time. So don't delay. Today is the day. The links are going to be below. We're going to put all the save the dates, all the links, and tell them one more time how to reach out to you.
Reach out to me, www.liveyourbestlife, all spelled out, .coach/best.
Amazing. So because everybody knows I'm really passionate about inner child healing, I always like to have the last question from the heart, which is, if you could have told your little self some advice that you now know, some of the learnings that you have now in your life, what would you have told her and why?
I would have told her that she's worth it. I'm worth it. And I get to love myself. And if I don't love myself, who will? It's my responsibility. I get to embody this body my whole life. I might as well love it. And I get to love it. And I just get to love myself and treat myself well, because that's how others are going to treat me. The way I treat myself is how others treat me. So if I don't prioritize myself, nobody's going to prioritize me. If I don't love myself, no one's going to love me. So I get to lead by example of how to love myself. And hopefully you get to learn that too, audience.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So love yourself, prioritize yourself, know that you're worthy and deserving of a better experience, and allow us to be able to show up for you, pour into you, love into you with all these amazing experiences. And it's so true. You know, the things that we learn now, if we can instill those, I always say, like, one of the ladies I interviewed, she's like, I want to teach all the things that took me a really long time to learn. I want you to fast track it for you so that you can learn it in a quicker amount of time. And I'm like, I love that as coaches. Like, that's such a good lesson to think about. It's like, we've gone through these healing journeys and have gone through this place that we are. So let us fast track you into self-love, into self-acceptance, into prioritizing yourself. Like, what an amazing message to leave the audience with tonight. So amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. I'm so excited to be being part of my new high vibe tribe with Empowering Wellness. If you guys are not part of it, make sure you connect with me. Let us know how we can empower your health and wellness journey. I'm loving connecting with other healers and coaches to be able to truly bring like the peace that the world needs, the love that the world needs. Like, we're needing more of this in this day and age. So I'm just so excited to be connecting with all of you. Any final words before we conclude tonight?
I'm just so grateful to be here, and thank you so much. This is amazing. You're amazing, and I'm looking forward to your retreats.
Yay.
And
so
all of
good.
your offerings too. And oh, one final question for you. The cacao ceremony,
yes.
Is there virtual that we can join?
Ooh, there might be an option for that. I could look into that. I do actually have the sacred cacao myself here, but if you could get your hands on your own sacred cacao, I could see about doing, you know, a little bit like joining in with the sacredness together. So yes, that could be something we could totally explore. So I love that idea. Love, love, love that. Well, from my heart to yours, I'm sending everyone much light and love, peace, and namaste.